Gender-based violence is a global pandemic. It affects every person on the planet. 1 in 3 women will experience sexual or gender-based violence in her lifetime. And it's time we change that with real impact and make the invisible visible. Safecity is a platform that helps survivors report sexual and gender-based violence anonymously. Since our inception, we've collected more than 86,000 stories from around the world. And while we continue to support survivors and run trainings for the community, we knew it was time to do even more.
In October 2023, RedDot Foundation and the Faridabad Police came together. So while we had realized that there was a shift in expectations and the chemistry of how the communities were working with different stakeholders for their safety, we found an ally in Mr. Rakesh Arya, who was the then Commissioner of Police of Faridabad. He gave us the space to brainstorm and explore with him as to how the communities and police could be put together in the same space to brainstorm and to work on interventions that would create safer neighborhoods for all. And that is how we started the project Safer Haryana. This is how we did it.
In Safer Faridabad project, we trained more than 50 constables. We trained them on a lot of topics such as consent, TV, empathetic listening, laws around sexual violence and gender-based violence. The on-ground team, the team that had to go to the community and collect public audits, were also trained on empathetic listening, sensitivity, training, how to talk to public. They were also dressed in civil uniform, which meant that they really had to get into the public perspective and talk to people with sensitivity when they were asking questions on sexual or gender-based violence. Traditional policing often responds after an incident has happened. The project differed a lot because we focused on prevention, presence, and listening to people, listening to the community. So every report that went on Safecity, whether it was somebody being stared at, somebody being followed, provided us with a set of data points. The data that we received on Safer Faridabad project was immense in terms of what we could find out, what were the insights on trends of harassment and patterns of harassment.
In the Safer Faridabad project, we received thousands of stories of sexual and gender-based violence, and by using data analytics, we transformed those stories into actionable data insights for the police.
We organized the data based on location, time, and type of harassment, then visualized it through heat maps and dashboards. This made it possible to quickly identify high-risk areas and trends, allowing the police to plan focused interventions.
This was where we started off with providing recommendations, and recommendations could involve anything from increased patrolling, increased foot presence, or even community building activities between law enforcement and the public.
When we understood the issues in detail, then we found out the various reasons of those crimes happening in various areas where the survey was done. We were able to also fix accountability in terms of which department was supposed to do what. So all of us came together and it became a multiplier effect on whatever interventions we had.
मैं बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंगली कह सकती हूँ कि इसमें बहुत अच्छा डाटा निकल के आएगा, जिससे हम बहुत सारे इसको देख सकते हैं कि कैसे इन सब चीजों को यूज करना है और एक पीसफुल एनवायरनमेंट हम लेडीज को दें।
तो सीखा कि कैसे हम अपने वर्क प्लेस पे, किसी सार्वजनिक स्थल पे, किसी प्राइवेट प्लेस पे विमेन्स को, जो भी लड़कियां हैं, उनकी सेफ्टी का कैसे ध्यान रख सकते हैं। बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि लड़कियां हैं या महिलाएं जो भी हैं वो खुलकर बता नहीं पाती। वो शायद उनके मन में एक डर होता है सोसाइटी का, लगा लीजिए, या फिर जिसने उनके साथ कुछ गलत किया वो एक पावरफुल इंसान है, उसके खिलाफ जाने से डरती हैं। तो हमें किस तरह से हम उनकी हेल्प कर सकते हैं। कहीं अगर हम पार्क में जा रहे हैं, वहां पे किसी के साथ कुछ गलत हो रहा है, कैसे हम उसको रोक सकते हैं, कैसे दूसरों को भी हम इसके लिए इंस्पायर कर सकते हैं कि जो भी कुछ गलत हो रहा है हम उसके खिलाफ आवाज उठाएं।
So with this experience and we became really confident, and now we are extending it to 8 other districts of Haryana, and we are trying to make those cities also much safer and better for our women and also other vulnerable sections of society.
The goal is essentially to create an ecosystem where citizens and community members trust law enforcement more and more, and they report more crimes. We want data to be core in all policing matters, and that's what we're doing. It's one conversation, one story, one district at a time.